Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to tell you about the top Italian Netflix movies and series to watch in order to learn Italian. So if you want to know, then definitely stay tuned. As you guys might know, I have been getting back into learning Italian and really improving it. And with that, I've been watching a whole lot of series and movies on Netflix. That is my go-to way to learn, and I really recommend it to everyone. So with that, I have been using a couple of resources, like for example, learning languages with Netflix. That is the Google Chrome extension. It's completely free, that you absolutely need to use when you're learning languages and when you're watching series and movies on Netflix. It's completely free, as I said, and it's totally worth it. You just install it and then you can watch with subtitles. You can click on words you might not know. You don't have to look up the words like on a dictionary, but the meaning is there. Everything is there. This whole script is there. This is a must resource if you're getting into watching like movies and series on Netflix. So learning languages with Netflix. Another resource I've always been using is ExpressVPN. That's a VPN which basically hides your server so you can watch any content in the world no matter where you are, because some content is restricted. So for example, if I'm in Germany and I want to watch something that would be only available in the US or in Canada or in Italy, I switch my location to the location where the language is spoken. For example, if I want to watch Brazilian movies and shows, I would switch my location to Brazil. And the same I've been doing with Italian movies and series. So I would switch my location to Italy. That's where I get the whole variety of Italian movies and series, and I totally recommend you guys do that too. So for that, definitely check out ExpressVPN. For any 1-year plan, you get 3 months free of ExpressVPN, so definitely check it out on the link below. All right, let's get into the movies and series I recommend. The first one I've watched is La Vita Davante a sé. In English, it's The Life Ahead. This is a beautiful and also sad story. It's a story of a friendship between an orphan and a Holocaust survivor. So this orphan called Momo gets to live with this old lady who is a Holocaust survivor and at the same time a former prostitute. She kind of has like this shelter in her apartment where she takes care of the women workers' kids, and Momo gets to live with her. So in the beginning, the relationship is very rocky because Momo is an orphan. He has no guidance. He doesn't really want to live with her, but he's forced to live with her. Basically, he lives with her for him not to get taken away from social workers. But along the storyline, they develop a real friendship and relationship, basically because Momo is the only one who really takes care of that lady. And I will stop it here because I don't want to give away the whole storyline, because the movie is really beautiful and you should totally watch it. It's also with the very famous Sophia Loren, an Italian actress, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful and sad at the same time, as I said, but totally worth watching it. So La Vita Davante a sé, the first Italian movie. Next, I am going to go with 00. Is a very cool Netflix series that I've recently discovered. It's new, I think. It hasn't been out for that long, so I really enjoy it. It's basically about a comic hero, a real life comic hero who is in a mission of saving his neighborhood with his friends. The cool thing about this series is that it's an almost all black cast, and that's an Italian series. I find it cool that the cast is very diverse. I immediately identified with the cast because I was just thinking if we had a series like this in Germany, this would be so cool. But we haven't gotten to this point yet. I have learned so many slang and colloquial language, which I like, because I always find the language which you learn in books to be very, it sounds like you learned it from a book. But when you watch series and movies, especially series with young people, with people my age, I really like to know how they speak. I don't want to speak like a book, you know. I want to learn how real life people who are like me, who look like me, how they basically speak Italian, how they speak the language, how they use the language. So when I'm there, I'm not speaking like some old-fashioned, I don't know, you know, 80-year-old lady. So that's what I like to watch those kind of series for. And I really enjoyed Zero is top, so I totally recommend watching Zero. The next one I watched is Baby. All right. This one, okay, I've watched this before I discovered Zero, because before Zero was even on Netflix, I think, and I've seen this series around for a long time, but I have never gotten into like watching it. I basically just watched it because it's Italian, that's it. I have seen a lot of bad reviews about it, and I just wanted to get like to watch it because it's Italian. So I started watching it, and some people compared it or said even it was better than Elite. Elite is the Spanish teen drama series, but Elite is way better than this. Honestly, I did not like it's called Baby. I did not like it. It's basically two college students, high school students, I should say, from like the upper class in Rome, who get into like prostituting themselves, like into prostitution for no apparent reason, but whatever. And that's basically the storyline. I watched almost both seasons entirely. I watched the first season, I'm like, okay. It wasn't good, but I continued watching it, continued watching the second season too, basically just because it's Italian, as I said, and just to go along, you know, learning. So yeah, you could watch it, Baby. All right, another series I've watched is Summertime. I think it's also called Summertime in Italian, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, I found it as Summertime. It is like also teen series, you know. It's like typical teen love story. The main character, she's called Summer, and it's basically around her life and how she falls in love with this guy during the summer. Yeah, so like nothing really that special. It has only one season, but anyways, I liked it. It was cute, it was nice to watch. If you want to learn Italian too, this is also, because they are teenagers, you know, that's also very current colloquial language that you can learn with that series. And one thing I want to note and say is that, like, with all the series I've watched, there have been like recurring words and expressions that I've been hearing a lot, and that's something I want to point out. That's why you should do this. Like, you should watch different series and movies, because as you go and watch them, you always kind of hear the same expressions over and over again, the same vocabulary. Of course, there are coming new vocabulary on top of the ones you've already heard, but I want to say it's recurring. Like, you know, not every series is going to have a complete new range of words. So basically, as you go, you always add on words to the words you've already learned. So that's a beautiful thing about learning with those series and movies. Yeah, so those were the 4 main series and movies I have watched. And then I want to also give you a couple that I want to watch, and a couple that are, you know, known and like very popular on Netflix. So the next one, which is very popular, which I haven't watched yet, is Suburra. Suburra is based in Rome, and basically is based around, it's a crime drama series, you know, so it's based around organized crime in Rome, organized mafia crime. So if that's of interest to you, then definitely check out Suburra. Another popular series is Il Processo, The Trial, and that one is about a murder investigation where a prosecutor comes to find out that the girl who has been murdered is her daughter that she gave up for adoption years ago after she was born. So that's how the story unfolds. and as she investigates, you know, she comes to find out more and more things about this case. Yeah, so Il Processo is another popular series on Netflix in Italian. So those were the ones I've already watched and I know of, but there are definitely more. I definitely recommend you use ExpressVPN, turn your location to Italy, and you will see a whole lot of variety of different series and movies to watch in Italian. Alright, that was it for this video, so I hope you guys like this, and definitely leave in the comments if you have other recommendations, if you have other movies and series that you have watched or you want to watch, then leave them down below so anyone who watches this video can see more recommendations. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.